We're doing occupations. This is Unit 7. This is English 1. And this is Lesson 9. So we're going to go ahead and take a look at this. We're going to do pages 52 to 55 in the book. Let's get started. Cashier. Cashier. They're the person that takes your money in a coffee shop or when you're buying groceries. They're the money people. They take your money or your card and they give you whatever it is you just bought. Architect. Architect. An architect draws buildings. They draw the plans for buildings. Secretary. Secretary. Admin. Admin. Administrative assistant. Administrative assistant. This is the person who is sitting there doing the work of an office, like the emails and the letters and the phone calls. And they're usually also the person who answers questions when you enter an office. We generally don't use the term secretary anymore. We usually just say admin. Flight attendant. Flight attendant. This is a person who gives you your food and drink on the plane. Flight attendant. This can be male or female. Lawyer. Lawyer. This person does the law. They are in charge of the law. They help someone when they have a problem with the law. Waiter. Waiter. Waitress. Waitress. Waiter is female. Waiter is male. Waitress is female. Waiter is male. Waitress is female. We generally don't use these words anymore. We use the word server. Server. The server is a person that brings you your food and drink in a restaurant. They are the people in a restaurant. Actor. Actor. There's also the term actress, which is used for a female actress, but generally we just say actor for both male and female actors. They play a part in a play or movie or TV show. They pretend to be someone else. Chef. Chef. A chef runs a kitchen. A cook cooks the food. A chef runs the entire kitchen. They make sure all of the food goes out to the customers as quickly as possible. They usually wear a white coat and a chef's hat, or just a coat and a hat. Okay, let's look at the people here. Let's go through the words one more time. Cashier. Cashier. Architect. Architect. Secretary. Secretary. Now, most of the time we use the term admin now, okay? Flight attendant. Flight attendant. Lawyer. Lawyer. Waiter. Waiter. Now, we use the term server most of the time now, server. Actor. Actor. Chef. Chef. Okay. Write down the correct word under the box, or you can draw a line to the box, whatever it is you want to do. Again, if you are selling the book when you are done with both semesters, you can just write on paper whatever you want to do. Okay. Press pause, write the correct name, the correct word for the correct job. Okay. The first picture is architect. Architect. The next picture on the top is a chef. Chef. Chefs can be male or female, we don't care. Next one is a server or waiter. Waiter. Next one is a lawyer. Lawyer. Bottom row, first one, flight attendant. Flight attendant. Second one, bottom row, is an actor. Actor. Third one, bottom row, is cashier. Cashier. Fourth one, bottom row, is a secretary or admin. Secretary or admin. Magazine cover. Magazine cover. That's the front of a magazine. Now this is a short dialogue. Jennifer and Anne are talking about Jennifer's brother. Okay. Listen. Just listen. My brother wants to visit me this weekend. Where does he live? He lives in New York. He's a designer. What does he design? He designs magazine covers. Okay, now the reason why she asked what does he design means you can design anything. You could design websites. You could design magazine covers. You could design clothes. There are many types of designers. Designers create things. Designers are creators. Okay? Listen one more time. My brother wants to visit me this weekend. Where does he live? He lives in New York. He's a designer. What does he design? He designs magazine covers. Okay, now listen and repeat. My brother wants to visit me this weekend. Where does he live? He lives in New York. He's a designer. What does he design? He designs magazine covers. Okay, now let's take a look at the next part, the meaning chunk. WH question. WH question is who, what, when, where, why, and one is an H question, how. Okay? Where does he live? You can say WH in do or ES plus subject plus verb. So where does he live? What does he design? Now your answer is he designs magazine covers. All right, WH questions. Who, what, when, where, why, and how is the only one that doesn't have a W. Plus do or does, plus he, she, it, we, or they, plus whatever. And then there's a question. The answer is I, you, they, he, she, or it, plus the verb. Next one is your information, which is your direct object. Answer is negative. I, you, they, he, she, or it don't or doesn't, plus the verb, plus your information, which is called the direct object. Let's move this over so you can see what I'm talking about. There you go. Okay, now let's take a look at this. We'll move this up here so we can read this thing. All right, WH questions. Listen and repeat. If you don't understand a word, look it up on Papago so that you understand your vocabulary. Who do I know? Now the affirmative answers are down in the pink box. You know him. Affirmative means yes. Negative answers, no. So we're going to look at the blue box. You don't know him. Let's go back up to our gold box with our questions. What do you like? Listen and repeat. What do you like? Let's go to our pink box. I like music. Blue box. I don't like music. Gold box again. When does she or he work? The slash mark is or. You can use she, you can use he, either one. She or he works on weekends. Blue box. She or he doesn't work on weekends. Listen and repeat, gold box. Why does it hide? Now this can be a dog or cat or something that's hiding. Hiding means you are trying to have someone not see you. Okay. Pink box, it hides because it's scared. Listen and repeat. It hides because it's scared. Now we have negative answers. Okay, it doesn't hide because it's brave. Brave means it's courage. It wants to. It's not scared. It doesn't hide because it's brave. Gold box. Listen and repeat. Where do we go? We go home. We don't go home. How do they travel? They travel by car. They don't travel by car. When you travel, that means you go somewhere, and you go by car, by train, by bus, by taxi. You now look at our notice. When does she work? She works on weekends. She doesn't work on weekends. Okay. Occupations, page 52. Accountant. Accountant. An accountant is someone who tracks or makes sure the money is in the right place or you're using the right amount of money. Accountant. Truck driver. Truck driver. Photographer. Photographer. Professor. Professor. Photographer takes pictures. A professor teaches at a university or a college. That's me. It's my job. Travel agent. Travel agent. There's someone who helps people go places. Workplaces. Workplaces. Okay, what does Amy do? Listen, just listen right now. What does Amy do? She's a doctor. Where does she work? She works at Bellevue Clinic. What does Amy do? Listen and repeat. What does Amy do? She's a doctor. Where does she work? She works at Bellevue Clinic. Now we're going to use this box here. Use the box. Okay. What does Kate do? Listen and repeat. What does Kate do? She's a waitress. Where does she work? She works at Bellevue Clinic. Now remember, we usually use server now instead of waitress. Okay, now let's look at Thomas. Listen and repeat. What does Thomas do? He's an accountant. Where does he work? He works at Reynolds Furniture. Let's look at Andrew. Listen and repeat. What does Andrew do? He's a truck driver. Where does he work? He works at Speedy Trucking. What does Cecilia do? She's a photographer. Where does she work? She works at Accent Studios. What does Allison do? She's a professor. Where does she work? She works at City College. What does Steve do? He's a travel agent. Where does he work? He works at Best Travel. Very good. Okay, now we're going to do page 54. Page 54. Now we're talking about two people. We're talking about Helen and we're talking about Peter. We want to know when they do the things that they do. Okay, so we're going to talk about this. What time does Helen leave for work? Just listen. What time does Helen leave for work? She leaves for work at 7:40. Okay, listen and repeat. What time does Helen leave for work? She leaves for work at 7:40. Notice when you read a time, you read the first number and then you read the second two numbers together. Read them together, all right? You don't say 740, you say 740, 740. Okay. What time does Helen arrive at work? She arrives at work at 8:50. When does Helen have a meeting? She has a meeting at 11. You can say 11, you can say 11 o'clock. Either one is okay. What time does Helen eat lunch? She eats lunch at 12:15. What time does Helen do sales reports? She does sales reports at 1:30. What time does Helen go home? She goes home at 5:15. Okay, now we're going to talk about Peter. We're going to do the same thing. Listen and repeat. What time does Peter get up? He gets up at 6:20. What time does Peter read the newspaper? He reads the newspaper at 7:15. What time does he go for a walk? He goes for a walk at 9 o'clock. What time does Peter take a nap? That means you rest. Okay. What time does Peter take a nap? He takes a nap at 1:45. What time does Peter have dinner? He has dinner at 5 o'clock. What time does Peter sleep? Peter sleeps at 10:30. Very good. Okay, self-practice. All right, now this is going to sound a little strange. Just listen carefully. Now, 5 past. Now you're looking at the time. So if it's 12, it's 12 o'clock. Then for each 5 minutes, we count out the 5 minutes as past. 5 past 12, 10 past 12, a quarter past 12. A quarter in this case is a quarter of an hour, which is 15 minutes. Now we have 20 past. So 20 past 12. 25 past 12. Half past 12. Half past is 30 minutes. Now we're going to go to. Now we're going to talk about the next time, which would be 1 o'clock. 25 to 1. 20 to 1. Quarter to 1. 10 to 1. 5 to 1. Okay, now you're going to write sentences. Okay, so your example. It's 3:15. Next one, it's 7 o'clock. Next one, it's 5 past 11. Next one, it's 10 to 6. It's 25 to 5. It's 8:45. It's 10:30. It's 6:15. It's 20 past 9. Okay, so write those down. Here are your answers. It's 7 o'clock. Listen and repeat. Be sure you've gotten this written down correctly. It's 7 o'clock. It's 5 past 11. It's 10 to 6. It's 25 to 5. It's 10:30. It's 15 past 6. It's 20 past 9. Okay, now we're going to do the classroom activity. Okay, match the jobs to the type of work that people do. Okay, a secretary, draw a line, a secretary organizes office details. A secretary organizes office details. An actress performs in movies. An actress performs in movies. An actress is a female version of actor. Okay. A doctor heals patients in a hospital. A doctor heals patients in a hospital. A flight attendant helps passengers on an airplane. The passengers are the people on an airplane or train or bus. Those are passengers. A flight attendant helps passengers on an airplane. A sales clerk sells things to customers. We also call it a clerk. A sales clerk or a clerk sells things to customers. Okay, look at your note. A plus your consonant sound. So it's a or a secretary, an actress, because there's a vowel, a an actress. Okay, there's a consonant in secretary. There's an S, so that's an A. Be sure you know this for your test. Okay, so now we're looking at what the other people do. Okay, this is on page 103. Page 103. Okay, a pilot flies airplanes. A pilot flies airplanes. An athlete plays professional sports. An athlete plays professional sports. A chef cooks food in a restaurant. A chef cooks food in a restaurant. An architect designs buildings. An architect designs buildings. A reporter announces news stories. A reporter announces news stories. A lawyer helps people in court. A lawyer helps people in court. So we're going to do the question. Let's look at A. What does a janitor do? A janitor cleans buildings. Okay, so that's how you do page 55, and the other page is page 103. Okay, our next classroom activity is classroom activity 2. Match the words and the photos. What free time activities do you and your classmates do? Listen and repeat. Swim, swim. Jog, jog. Take pictures, take pictures. Cook, cook. Play computer games, play computer games. Watch movies, watch movies. Go shopping, go shopping. Read books, read books. Listen to music, listen to music. Meet friends, meet friends. Play billiards, play billiards. Go to the gym, go to the gym. Billiards is also known as pool. Okay, put me on pause and figure out which activity is which. 1D, 1D. 2J, 2J. 3A, 3A. 4I, 4I. Sorry, that's my cat there. All right, 5. 5I. 4 is cook. 4 is L. Sorry, 4L. 4L. Okay, 5I. 5I. 6K. 6K. 7 is go shopping. G. 7G. 7G. 8F. 8F. 9C. 9C. 10B. 10B. 11E. 11E. 12H. 12H. Okay, great job, guys. When we come back, we're going to go over the rest of the chapter. In the meantime, go ahead and be sure you understand all of the parts, understand how to do the time, understand how to talk about what time you do things, understand how to talk about what someone does for a living and where they work, occupations or the jobs, and be sure you understand how to put together the WH question. Once again, thank you for working with me on this chapter. Have a wonderful day.